Cooking with Matthew Vecchio.
Anyway, first thing you got to do, because I'm cooking spaghetti bolognese, is I bought this in bulk, you see. I'm only going to use one dump of the meat. It is good practice, so you can see that's the meat, it's all frozen, so it's in that, it's sort of like it's preserved. So I'm putting it on this plate, and I'm just going to have it in the microwave, so I just do defrost. So apparently it's about 750, so we'll say it's about 400. Wow, that's half, more or less. Now we're talking about vegetables, and I've got a few vegetables in here. I've got an onion, which is a good one. Normally I put a capsicum in this as well, but I don't have a capsicum, so I'll just add an extra tomato, I think. Usually I have a capsicum, and I've got this. I've also got some real thick, finely chopped tomatoes. Now, this is how I do an onion. Peel it back a little bit, because that sort of outer thing is a bit gross. I don't mind that it tastes a bit gross, and I'm always like, I can get more out of this onion if I just like finely thin it. You know, just get rid of all the completely gross stuff. But if it's a bit like this one, it's a bit green, doesn't matter. Put it in there. Who's gonna know? That's what I say. Sliced and diced. And then there's a tomato. Now, first of all, when you get a tomato, especially if you're not too active with cooking, you just check that it's not mouldy or anything. Again, don't worry about the middle thing. Sometimes if I'm feeling creative, I might cut it into quarters. It's not all over the place, and you can use, you can still use your cutting board, which I might add, I never washed or or even thought about, what had been cutting on here before, which is something that, if I do get sick, will be one of the things I think, well, maybe that's why I got sick. Because we don't have a capsicum and we don't have mushrooms and other ingredients, that's our vegetables. So I've just actually oiled the pan, or pot, or whatever, the fryer, lubed up, so to speak, ready for the meat. Tell you what, I'm going to show you guys my secret method of getting garlic. First of all, I find Ned's garlic. If I can see that, he's not going to know this, I will take one. And I think on most cooking shows they actually just cut this away, and then I just say, here's some I've prepared earlier. But I like to show the preparation and show that, it is something that I can't do well. And then I can just chop it up. Again, the same thing, same method. This is an advanced technique that I can't do that well. When it starts to look like peanuts, if you serve that to a girl, they will kind of in their head think, okay, that's not very well chopped, but I'm not going to say anything, and that's what you want. You don't really want them to be vocal about it. You don't mind what they really think. You should never really mind what they really think. Just focus on being you. Seems like I've got a full production team here, don't I? Because I've also had the microwave working for me, and look what it's prepared. Now that's still quite hard in the middle, but I'm not fucking waiting any longer. Because the meat's got a bit of work to do. Sorry, Christian. Sorry. And we got problems there. Now, I'm trying to think of what I need. I might use this. Now, the problem is that like it's sort of cooking a bit too hot. We're just trying to top it off because we're trying to create basically. Take it off the heat. It is off the heat. I was just explaining what I'm trying to do is cut this up so cut it up so there's more surface area so that like the ice can melt quicker. We might add some friends. Because let's get this on with. Oh, I just remembered. It might be a good idea, then I can eat the pasta a bit quicker if I start the pasta as well. So, and like I know I said, oh, the onion, like I can go solo with the onion and do a bit of a duet thing. But that, at the end of the day, they're all going to be partying together, so let's just throw them all in. Just throw them all in. It's cooking itself, not too much attention. I'm going to start something else at the same time, because you should be thinking about this. That's just the sauce. That's alright. That's alright. We're going to put some water in this. And you just put some water in, and you sort of just kind of guess. That could be enough. That could be a bit too much. Doesn't matter if the lid doesn't completely. We're just about to get the party really started. Now this is always a strength test and it can be a bit embarrassing, so just sometimes it takes a while to open up. And it's, I think it's random. Oh god, that's hard. And then okay. Oh! I'm really quite impressed and proud of myself for that. This is a good one. This is really good technology. Check this out. There's no embarrassment here. And these guys, it's a party. They're having a lot of fun. You can bring in the party animals. Yo, the clown has arrived. You know?
Have you thought of, while you're just simmering this big one,
Yeah?
putting that on the back burner and using the hot burner for the water?
That's a good idea. They say time waits for no man. I say frying things or cooking things waits for no man. Just something I say. Now some also people, stuff you can do with the water. Oh! Brilliant. I actually had this pasta that's been open for a few weeks. I didn't know. Now hopefully that moth didn't fly out of the pasta. Yeah. And what's great about angel hair is because it's quite thin. Break a lot of it in half and feel kind of strong. The sauce is looking very red. Usually there's capsicum in there which sort of, you know, feels it out a little bit, but...
Red or green capsicum?
Well, okay. Lately, it's been green. Why? People are attracted to the colour green. And next in the hierarchy, there's a world of spice. What's next? Okay, you pick the green ones, and you just smell it. You smell that and you go, have I smelled that in pasta before? And for this one, I'll say no, I have not smelled this in pasta before. So tarragon, back to the Lord of the Rings. Pizza topper. Kind of. Capri. Oh, you would be fantastic to be on there, but we're not having Mexican pasta, I'm sorry. Not being racist, I'm being honest. But if I were to get home and said, I'm going to cook you up a meal, I don't think this is the most impressive meal. Man, so there's only this much cheese. Alright, here's another, this is a good survival test. See, that's danger zone. That's danger zone. This, let's look at that. This, the centipede, you could harvest that potentially. It hasn't made the cut, I'm sorry. First of all, you've got to drain it. Hot tip, actually quite a useful tip. The reason why pasta gets a bit sticky the next day is because you haven't rinsed off all the gluten or starch or whatever it is. So let's just rinse that off. And just do this. And then just get this. So now I'm struggling a bit using the wooden spoon. Getting mediocre results. Now, if you've watched Ian Hewitson, you'd say let's clean up your plate a bit. Just clean that up a bit. Usually, if I'd like... okay, this isn't going that well. You've got to imagine this, you've got to pretend that there's capsicum and mushrooms here, because I didn't have to. I've been away. I'm sorry. To those people I went away to see, I'm not sorry that I went away, I really enjoyed it. So this is that, and I normally have some cheese on top as well, so it normally looks quite gourmet. And that's the gist of it. Pasta could be cooked a little bit better. Yeah, more vegetables, obviously. That's the sort of pasta that sauce you'll taste. Very generic. Very much like if it was canned. It tastes a lot like that. Which is cool if you're a bachelor and, you know, or if you're young. If you're 12 years old, you should be very happy with this meal. If you're 24 and this is what you produce, I wouldn't advertise your cooking skills, basically. But, you know, I definitely want to make a cooking video about it. But, here we go. Well, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cooking with Matthew Vecchio.
To film me cook a crap meal.
Yeah.
And then you take the microwave, and I need the microwave.
I haven't taken the microwave anyway, it's right there.
Look! Okay.
Just get a double adapter.
You're lucky I have one.
Have one more. So what are you doing now, Matt?
Right now I'm getting a double adapter so I can use the microwave because somebody has taken the PowerPoint. I know how ridiculous it is. They've taken the PowerPoint so they can film this, they can power their camera so they can film me. And all they're getting is me filming me getting frustrated. That's what they're doing. So now I'm going to get a power adapter.